Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be making a batch of soap cupcakes. I've had lots of requests recently on my recipe or what I use to do my soap piping. For my soaps, when I just do bar soaps or a loaf and I put piping on it, I don't change up the recipe. I just reserve some soap aside and I wait for it to get to a piping consistency. But for my soap cupcakes, I actually have a special recipe that I formulated specifically for cupcakes and piping frosting on cupcakes. I find it is a tried and true recipe, so I'll be sharing it with you on my Patreon page. It's just really good for piping. It works every time. It has a really good texture and a really good lather. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this beautiful fragrance that Nature's Garden sent to me to try out. It's called Passion Flower and Acai Berry, and I've tested it out a little bit in soap. It smells really good. It's kind of tropical, tropical fruit, floral, just a beautiful strong fragrance. So we're going to go ahead and put this into our soap mixture for cupcakes today, and I've made some cute little embeds to go on top. So let's go ahead and get started. So the key for this recipe is not to overmix, because it is a recipe that sets up rather quickly, and I've done that. I've designed it like that intentionally so that you don't have to wait forever for the piping to set up. So we're just going to get this just to emulsion, which is right when the oil and the lye and water solution just come together. Okay, then we are going to reserve some for our piping into a pour pitcher. So that's all I'm going to do on the blending for now. I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to pour off about 2 pounds for my frosting. I mean, actually, this is just the 2 pounds for the bases, and then the reserved piping will be in here. Okay, so then I'm just going to set my piping aside, and then in this container I'm going to be adding half of the fragrance, and the base is going to be this beautiful Synergy mica from Nurture Soap. I'm going to put about a teaspoon in there. Actually, we'll put about 2 teaspoons in there. And then I'm going to put in half of the fragrance. Now, this fragrance, in my testing of it, it changes the color of the soap to, this Synergy color is not going to be as beautiful at first. It's going to turn it to a really weird kind of neon green color. But after it sets up, it comes back to the beautiful color that we expect. So don't get nervous if you use this fragrance when you're making soap. At first I thought, oh my gosh, I've ruined it, but actually no. It does come back to normal. So I'm stirring because this does set up quickly, and I want it to, I actually want my soap batter to be pourable. So you're going to see it start to change to that weird color but it doesn't stay that way. This is just temporary. So I'm going to give it a good stir just by hand. Then I'll come back and give it a little bit of a blend. Before we pour. Okay. I'm making a mess here. Okay. So then we're just going to give it a little bit of a blend just to make sure everything is well incorporated on low. And I'm going to stop right there because I do want this to be very fluid for pouring those bases. Okay, so then we're just going to get these these are silicone cupcake liners. They don't have a fill line, so you're not going to get a weird line on your cupcakes. I got them, I think, at Walmart in the baking section. So you do have to work rather quickly with this recipe for this part because it does set up, and you do want the bases to be pourable so they're nice and smooth. Such an odd color. Okay. Go. Okay, so we're just gonna tamp this down a little bit. Move that one a little bit further, there we go. Then I'm gonna spray my bases with 91% rubbing alcohol. Okay, and now we're ready to go ahead and put these aside and prep that soap frosting. However, because this has the green from the bases, I need to go ahead and clean that off. So I'll bring you right back when we're ready to do the soap piping. All right, here's my soap frosting. And we're gonna go ahead and add in some titanium dioxide dispersed in water. And then we're gonna add the fragrance. Again, this is gonna turn our soap frosting, which eventually is gonna go back to white, but it's gonna turn our soap frosting a very off yellow color at first. And then after it cures, it comes back to normal. So it's just a funny thing. Let me show you what I mean. But then you'll see it piped on, it'll look yellow. So the cupcakes are gonna look yellow and green right now, which is weird, but they will turn to a beautiful turquoise and a creamy white when they're all cured. Okay, just giving this a good stir. And then I'm gonna get my stick blender and blend this up on high and try to get that piping to set up. Okay. Okay, and now we're just gonna leave this sit for a few minutes. Like I said, this does set up rather quickly, so you wanna definitely watch it. Check it after about 3 to 5 minutes, and then if it's set up, you're ready to go. If it's not, give it another 3 to 5 minutes. So I'll bring you back when this is ready to pipe, and I'll tell you how long it took to set up. All right, I wanted to go ahead and show you the consistency of this piping. It's been sitting for about 3 minutes, maybe 5. And if you can pick it up on your spatula and flip it over and it sticks, then it's all the way ready. Like if it's not plopping off the spoon. Mine is almost there. It's a little bit runny, but pretty close to a piping consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling up my piping bag. And I'm just using a reusable piping bag with a Wilton star tip. I think it's a star, open star tip, but it's a really large one. And then this is just a reusable piping bag that I got from a food supply store. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and start piping or filling the piping bag. Kind of looks like custard or buttercream right now, huh? And then I like to get a spatula and start pushing down the piping. Okay, I'm actually gonna stop right there. Don't want my bag to be too full. Bring this back into frame. And then the first thing I'm gonna do is just put a little dollop of piping in the middle of each cupcake. This is gonna help build your cupcake bases. This is going to help build the a base for the piping. Notice I'm not putting the piping tip directly onto the base. I'm just holding it about ½ inch above and letting it just kind of pile upon itself. Okay, then we're going to go back around and just start creating the frosting. And I'm probably going to add more to that, but that's going to be the bottom part of the frosting. Okay, we are going to be putting embeds on here, and I do have some extra piping, so I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put a little dollop on the top of each one. Okay, and then I'm just going to squeeze the rest of this piping into these leftover little cupcake bases. All right. So now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get these cute little embeds that I made. I made these for a soap I did the other day, but I thought they would be cute because it does smell like a very tropical fruit and flower mix. And then I made these cute little passion, or what are these? These are, it's a purple flower, plumeria. I think these are plumeria. All right. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and place a flower on the side like this on each one. And if I have room for the fruit, we'll put the fruit on. Super cute. Okay, I don't have enough of these little yellow ones. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, one of them's not going to have one, but I thought it would be cute also to put one of these little yellow. There we go. I made these little embeds using molds from vanulay.com, which you guys have seen me use before. My most favorite silicone molds come from that place, that store. Just awesome selection and very realistic. So one of them does not have a little yellow ball embed, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put, I don't know, the strawberries don't really, probably a few of these little orange slices. I don't know. Maybe nothing. There we go. And And then I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is not put any glitter on it. I think they're pretty just like this. I'll give you a little close-up. So there you have it. That is how you make the passion flower acai berry soapy cupcakes. Stay tuned for the unmolding and you will be excited to see that the color does go back to normal. All right, we're back to go ahead and unmold these cupcakes. As you can see, the white on the frosting came back to a perfectly beautiful white. And then we're just gonna peel off the silicone liner on the bottom. And there you go. See how the bottom turned back to that beautiful kind of light turquoisey blue. There is a spot right there that's still discolored, but I'm sure once the air hits it for a while, it will come back. Just beautiful, and they smell super good. This design matches the fragrance perfectly. Oh, they smell tropical and just floral and beautiful. So we'll go ahead and unmold a few more. These will be available on my website in about 4 weeks, about mid-March. There we go. Now, some people will ask, how do you use a soap cupcake? There are a couple ways. I think my favorite way is just to take a loofah in the shower and just put it on the loofah until you get a nice, thick, bubbly lather. Some people just use it whole and lather it up in their hands. And some people will cut the cupcake in half this way, just straight in half, so it creates a flat side to lather up with and put in a soap dish. Very pleased with this fragrance and how it performed. Let's just do one more here. This one's super cute. All right, everybody, I'll be sharing my cupcake and piping recipe on my Patreon page. Hopefully, if you subscribe over there, you will find it useful. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Catch you on the next one.